Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how easy it is to record great sounding rock guitar simply by plugging into the front of the Clarett 2Pre interface. I'm also going to show you how to record the DI and a mic'd amplifier simultaneously to give you more options on mixdown. We'll be using a variety of different plugins to show you the exceptional low latency throughout the recording process. I'll be playing on a Fender Strat and I'll be recording through a Fender Blues Junior. Now we've gone to the trouble of recording some drum tracks for you to play and record along to. So make sure you register the interface and download the free sample pack. Plug your speakers into outputs 1 and 2 using balanced jack leads. Then connect the Thunderbolt cable, power supply and switch on the unit. So now we've got the Clarett 2Pre connected to our Mac. All we need to do is plug in our guitar to the front panel input 1. Now we need to open Focusrite Control and change the input from a line to an instrument input. Click on Load from Device, then click on Device Settings and click on Inst for channel 1. You can also switch on and off air if you so wish. Now we need to check our levels. A constant green level is a healthy level. If you go into the red, you'll record distorted signals. So adjust it to a pure green signal. Now we're ready to set up our session in Logic Pro X. Okay, so before I start recording, I just want to show you the latency that you will expect with the Clarett 2Pre Thunderbolt interface. I've got the vintage amp modeler and a tuner and the channel EQ on this guitar channel, and there's no latency whatsoever. What I'm also going to do is set up a send to a bus where I've got some reverb here, some Softube reverb, some tube delay from Softube as well. These come as part of the time and tone package bundled with the Clarett 2Pre as well. I've also got a channel EQ here where I've scooped out all of the low end muddy frequencies, and I've set up a stereo delay on the channel as well, and you can hear there is absolutely no latency. I'll turn up the level so you can hear it a bit better. So I'm getting the benefits of having all of those effects whilst recording in real time, which is really important, so it doesn't confuse the recording process, and it's a lot of fun to hear how the track is developing without having to switch on low latency mode or fiddle with the session too much. So I'm going to set the playhead a bar before, then hit record and record my first part in. Okay, and now I'm going to hit Command and D to duplicate the channel and record the same thing in. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a quick technique, how to create stereo width to your song really easily. So we've recorded in 2 nearly duplicate channels here, and I'm going to pan one left and one right. But first let's have a listen to it just with those 2 guitar parts panned centrally. So now if I pan one left and one fully right, you'll see the stereo width increase. So there you go, you've quickly recorded in 2 channels and made the track sound fuller and wider and more pleasing. Next, I'm going to record in a DI and a mic'd amplifier simultaneously, and we'll record in a solo part. But first we need to connect another output from the Clarett 2Pre and set up a Shure SM57 mic in front of the cab, and that will be going into input 2. So here I'm taking a line out of output 3 to the amp. So I'm going to be miking up the Fender Blues Junior here, and I'm using a Shure SM57 mic. I like placing the mics directly in front of the speaker cone. You can experiment with this as much as you like, but for me I get the best results from the center of the cone. And it's sometimes quite hard to find the center of the cone here. So what I do is use my phone, the light on my phone, to find the speaker, and then I can place it centrally there, about 1 inch away from the front grille. So now that we've put a mic in front of the amp and we've plugged that into input 2 of the Clarett, we need to send some signal from input 1, or the DI of the guitar, out of output 3 into the amp. So in Focusrite Control, we need to go to Mixing and Routing, and we've got an output of 3 going into the amp. So we need to create output 3, like so. And I'm going to label the inputs DI guitar and the mic, which is an SM57. And in monitor outputs 1 and 2, we want to hear both the DI and the SM57 in front of the amp. And in line outputs 3 and 4, we need to create a custom mix whereby we cut out analog 2, because we don't want to hear a duplicate of the mic, otherwise it'll cause a feedback loop. I've also removed the playback 1 and 2 from this custom mix as well, because we don't want to hear the drums and the other backing instruments going into the amp. So I've killed that as well. So now I go to File, save the snapshot, Focusrite Reamp, and you can now download this as part of this tutorial. So now we've set up our reamp, we've mic'd up the Fender Blues Junior, and I've turned up the reverb on the Blues Junior so you can hear the characteristics of that amp versus the DI. Now we just need to set our level. Okay, a nice green, healthy signal. Now I need to create 2 audio channels, starting with input 1. I've ticked the ascending box and I'm going to dial in 2 and click on create. So now we've got our DI and we've got our Fender. I'm going to record enable both channels, and when I'm ready to record I hit R to record. Okay, and now I'm just going to trim the part to take off the beginning and end section. And I'm going to fade in the beginning and end parts here, just subtly, which removes pops and clicks. And now if I solo the 2 channels here, you'll be able to hear the DI and the Fender with reverb. And you can mix these to find a good blend of both of them. Also, just to add an extra bit of atmosphere to them, I'm going to add some Valhalla reverb. Just increase the depth a bit. So there we go, that's just a very quick tutorial on how to record great sounding rock guitar. So make sure you register the interface, download the free sample pack and all the plugins, and start making music.